Good morning, you know who it is. It's your boy Tay Wiz reporting live for the Man K. As you can see, we got two games that was on last night. They was great games too. We got two more great games coming on tonight. So the first game that's coming on tonight would be the Boston Celtics taking on the Washington Wizards at 8 o'clock on ESPN. The second game of that doubleheader would be the Utah Jazz and the Golden State Warriors, 10:30, also ESPN. Which two of them teams? They both need to win. We know the Wizards are down 0-2 because Isaiah Thomas put up 53. Can Isaiah Thomas do the same thing he did the other night? We shall see. I'm looking for the Wizards to bounce back at home to get a win. Utah Jazz and the Golden State Warriors. The Golden State Warriors, they have a good shooting night from the 3-point line, but they found other ways to score with a balanced scoring from their team. I'm looking for Utah Jazz to sneak out of Golden State with a win tonight for game two. So I'm going to get into the other games that came on last night between the Raptors and the Cavaliers, and we did have a game. So me watching this game, sitting back, so everything keeps saying Toronto Raptors brought in Serge Ibaka to be a defensive stopper on LeBron James. There's no LeBron James stopper. Can we please stop saying that, folks? Nobody can stop LeBron James but himself. And they had another one. They claimed they had another one when they signed him 2 years ago. It was DeMarre Carroll. He was supposed to be the LeBron James stopper. But let me tell you something about these guys. Both of these guys was on the bench. And PJ Tucker, 0 for 3. That's your LeBron James stopper. DeMarre Carroll, 0 for 6 from the field. That is your LeBron James stopper. None of these guys didn't score no points. However, they had all their energy sold up on the defensive end guarding LeBron James. So we already know how that story went and that song went too as well. So they had Norman Powell, who had a good game in game one, nowhere to be found again. Going back to being the same Norman Powell, he had 8 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists in the block. So with that being said, he didn't want to get dunked on. So a lot of players nowadays are scared to get dunked on. Make the guys on the offensive end work hard for the shot. Put them on the free throw line. Give them a nice little hard playoff foul. We don't see too many hard playoff fouls no more. Is the league getting soft? Yes. Are they trying to protect the players? At the same time, yes, but you taking away the fun away from the basketball game when you can't hand check nobody. We want to see can these players really score 50 or 40 something points when a person really got their hands all on their body trying to score. That's what I want to see. Serge Ibaka, 16 points, 5 rebounds. Still want to shoot threes. I still think he should be in the post banging. Like I said, he's 6'9", 6'10". He's out here on the wing shooting threes. They do not need him to shoot threes. Like I said, they got other players to shoot threes. Patrick Patterson, they put him in the game from off the bench as a starter. Dwayne Casey trying to go for different looks, and that look right there he put in didn't work because he ended the game with 3 points, 2 rebounds, and 4 assists. So you know you want to get that from him. The person I do definitely want to talk about is DeMar DeRozan. They always say how supposed to be an MVP candidate because he played for the Raptors. Their team is down 0-2. He was 2 for 11 last night, folks. He did not score his first basket until late in the third quarter. 2 for 11, 5 points. 5 points, folks. 3 rebounds, 3 assists. That's not going to get you no wins. Period at all. Kyle Lowry, 20 points, 5 assists. He went down in the third quarter, sprained ankle. Tried to give it a go in the fourth quarter. He couldn't go out there and give it a go. So they set him down for the rest of the game in the fourth quarter. But get back to DeMar DeRozan. This is your all-star player. For some reason, the Raptors backcourt always trouble. Always have trouble playing against the Cavaliers. They can't score. Either they have bad game ones, and no matter who they play in the playoffs, this is just they not consistent. I mean, he's going to the hole, but he's not being that aggressive. I figured they figured him out. The Cavaliers did how they said, "Oh, the Cavs don't play defense and they tighten their defense up." In the last couple of games, the Cavaliers been tightening their defense up. They tired of hearing everybody say their defense is not good enough to repeat as champions. What I seen last night, I beg to differ because I seen a different defensive stance coming from the Cleveland Cavaliers. The whole thing was we gotta shut down one of these guys. We can't let Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan get off because if you do, you in trouble. So what they do? We take DeMar DeRozan away and we let Kyle Lowry do his thing. So you got to give up one to contain one. which I've been trying to tell people for the longest. The only way the Cavaliers are going to win this series, you got to stop one of these guys on a nightly basis. And so far, they've been taking turns. Valanciunas had also, the other night, he had 6.6 rebounds. He had like 3 or 4 touches. But last night, he was in the zone. He had 23 points, 5 rebounds. He was 10 for 13 from the field. I want to be honest with you, Raptors fans and people of basketball, period. Valanciunas has been come off the bench twice in this series. Would you think you would put him in the starting lineup and keep Serge Ibaka at the power forward spot? Because Tristan Thompson just having a field day on the rebound side. I think it's about time you put Valanciunas in the starting lineup for Game 3. If you want to win this game, you have to insert him into your lineup at the center spot. Corey Joseph, Kojo, 22.6 rebounds. Their bench had 57 points. But the key part, another reason why they lost too, they shot 29% from the three-point line. Taking too many threes, you don't have to. Just go inside. Stuck with Valanciunas, just go inside, but it's not working. They can't get no shots off. They was not falling. They was taking ill-advised shots. They was taking threes when they didn't have to. Like I said, Kyle Lowry left the game in the third quarter, sprained ankle. Hopefully it's nothing too major, but we already know he had the back spasms. Like I said, he didn't go back out there in the fourth quarter. The Cavaliers also shot a staggering 55%. Woo! Them boys is on fire. And the crazy thing with the Cavaliers is 18 from 33 from the three-point line. And what LeBron James was doing to Serge Ibaka, he had the ball like this and shot it. That's ultimate disrespectful, and he hit it. So nobody can say that's disrespectful when Steph Curry shoot threes and turn around and walk away sometimes they go in and sometimes they don't. That's ultimate cocky. But hey, all these superstars are cocky at some point in time in their career. Hey, LeBron James, like I said, why not MVP? MVP be the MVP every year. Guy got 39 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks. He was 10 for 14 from the field. 10 for 14, only took 10 shots, and he managed to score 39 points. You know why? He was 15 for 21 from the free throw line. He shot 71% from the free throw line, which is a great percentage for LeBron James. And he was 4 for 6 from downtown. Man, playing like a pit. Kevin Love, even though when the Kevin Love game, he had 9.7 rebounds, but the whole part about it, they did find other ways to score. They just was not settling on threes. Him and Tristan Thompson, they still going to the hole, still being aggressive on the defensive end, which is great. You don't have to score big points sometimes for your team to get a huge blowout wins. LeBron James literally carried the team on the back, but it did get help from other people. Tristan Thompson had 9 points, 9 rebounds in the block. Like I said, even though Serge Ibaka scored 16 points, but if you want to beat the Cavaliers, you have to get on the glass. And that's one thing the Cavaliers are going to do. They're going to rebound. Nobody in the starting lineup had no more than 5 rebounds. Norman Powell and Serge Ibaka both had 5 rebounds. You're not going to win like that at all because Serge want to shoot threes. And he don't want to get in the paint. He has to rebound for his team. That might be another reason why OKC probably got rid of him. He was trying to be more of a wing player instead of a guy in the low. So, J.R. Smith, you know you're going to get this from J.R. Smith. He's going to have a game where he's going to score 15 points. We just waiting. He has 6 points, 3 rebounds. He's out there for defensive purposes. He's doing man, let's be honest. He's doing a hell of a job on DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan scored 5 and he had 6. So that's not gets caught up in the big picture that JR is not scoring a lot. But JR is out there playing tremendous defense on a DeMar DeRozan. So kudos to him for sticking to his guns. Kyrie Irving with 22 points and 11 assists. The pass he had to LeBron James. We already know when Kyrie Irving and LeBron James are in the open court in a fast break, nothing but great things are about to happen. The other night was off the glass. Last night he was behind the back and LeBron dunked it for 2. Crowd just went crazy. I do definitely want to give these guys a shout out. These 2 guys come off the bench. Iman Shumpert and Channing Frye. Iman Shumpert. 14 points, 6 rebounds. Great game. When the funny thing about it, you can't go wrong with either person. So you can start J.R. Smith or you can start Iman Shumpert because they basically almost the same type of player, but except for J.R. just take more threes. I would take that any day. As long as he's coming up the bench giving me 14 and you get to win. And on the defensive end, he was being aggressive. I like when the Cavaliers play aggressive because nothing but great things are expected. So Channing Frye, 18 points, 5 rebounds. At one point in time, he was 5 for 5 from the 3-point line. It's on fire. He was 5 for 7. Uh, hey, you keep playing like that, nothing but great. Nothing but great things gonna happen for the Cavaliers. Um, they play again Friday night, Game 3 in Toronto. Toronto probably gonna be ready for their game, heading back home. Even though they might have Kyle Lowry, he's day to day right now. He might be questionable for Game 3. It's the playoffs. He gonna try to give it a go because that back. I know that back is hurting too because he fell on his back. I mean, he fell on his ankle, but at the same time, that back is killing him too as well. The deeper and deeper you go into the playoffs, the more and more little injuries that come along with it. Like I said, the Cavaliers bench scored 40 points, but I'm going to tell you, got some stats for you. LeBron James passes up Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for second most points in postseason history. LeBron James actually added another something to his resume. He became the fourth player yesterday in postseason history to score to at least shoot 300 some 3-pointers, joining players like Manu Ginobili with 312, Ray Allen at 385, and of course Reggie Miller with 323s made. So just food for thought. The Cavaliers won the game 125 to 103, put a shellacking on the Toronto Raptors. The second game was a doubleheader. The Houston Rockets and San Antonio Spurs. We knew San Antonio was going to come out because the shellacking they had in their game one, lost by 27. Their score was 121 to 96. They put a 26 beating on the Houston Rockets. And I'm going to tell you two people they took away from the game who actually had good games in game one. Trevor Ariza had 2 points, 5 rebounds, didn't do anything else. The other night, Trevor Ariza had 23 points. So tonight he only scored 2. So you already know they already had it. Like, look, if we want to win, we got to take this guy away. But another guy they took away was James Harden. James Harden was 3 for 17 from the field, 2 for 9 from the 3. Forcing shots will not get you the guys to win games. Same thing like DeMar DeRozan. You cannot force your shot. If it ain't going, it ain't going. Find other ways to get involved in the game. James Harden had 13 points, 7 rebounds, 10 assists. Yes, folks, the bearded one was 3 for 17 and 2 for 9. Your MVP was 2 for 9 from the 3-point line. Patrick Beverley with 12. I thought Clint Capella played a great game last night with his 14 points, his 3 rebounds, and 2 blocks. Ryan Anderson played stellar. 18 points, 8 rebounds, and he was also 4 for 5 from the 3-point line. Not bad. Nene had 10 off the bench. Eric Gordon with 15 points. He was 3 for 7 from the 3-point line. Their bench only scored 33 points. Remember, these guys hit 22 3-pointers in game one, but only hit 11 from 34 from the 3-point line. The one thing I would say about Trevor Ariza, if Trevor Ariza would have just scored 12 points, and you know James Harden, if James Harden would score 25 and Trevor Ariza would have had 12, the Rockets would have won. But the Rockets shot a lot of threes that they ain't had to take these many threes. I thought game one is being more aggressive, tacking the hole more. They wasn't tacking the hole like they was in game two. Uh, did you realize that Pop had them playing the zone last night, and that's another reason why they couldn't really get involved with the big man in the middle to score like that. So they forced them to take a lot of shots outside, especially when the shot clock was winding down. Man, Kawhi Skinner Leonard. That's what I call him. They all call him the clock. That's Kawhi Skinner Leonard. 5 from 5 from the free throw line. 3 from 4 from the 3-pointers from the line. This guy's right here, man. Nobody's not. I mean, yeah, he should be an MVP candidate, but if you ask me, Kawhi Leonard gonna finish like 4th from the MVP voting. Period. Just because, man, people don't recognize greatness when they see it. Yeah, the triple double is nice, and I said Russell Westbrook, but the way that Kawhi Leonard get his team involved to win games, this guy had 34 points last night, 7 rebounds, 8 assists, 3 steals, and a block. That's great. That's what you need right there for your team to win. LaMarcus Aldridge, better game than he had the other night with his 4.6 rebounds. He followed that game up tonight with 15 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 blocks. Being a little bit more aggressive. You know why he's being more aggressive. Tim Duncan is retired, but Tim Duncan still works out with the team. He's still showing the young guys footwork, what type of shots they should be taking, where you should be on the floor in certain schemes. And that's Tim Duncan. He's retired. How many retired players actually work with their players from their organization? It's not too many that does that. Except for players like Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett, I've been seeing lately go around to different teams and showing big man footwork and how to score. So them two guys right there, there ain't too many guys that's doing that right now. How many guys, like I said, how many guys you know is actually working with the younger players to show them the basic fundamentals of footwork and how to use their back towards the basket without the basketball? Man, kudos to Tim Duncan, Hall of Famer, soon to be Hall of Famer, and shout out to Kevin Garnett, soon to be Hall of Famer. Them guys right there is doing it the right way. Pau Gasol, yeah, he had 6 points, but the 13 rebounds and the 4 blocks and the 3 assists what sticks out in my mind because that right there is the stuff that's making the team win. Being aggressive on the defensive end and being a playmaker. So you being aggressive on the defensive end and being a playmaker, that actually picks up the other players. You know what, he's doing it, so I'm gonna do it. Tony Parker, 18 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists. He's playing aggressive. Tony Parker just passed up Kobe for playing 221 games, I believe, in the playoffs. But he did go down with a left leg injury, in the fourth quarter with 8 minutes and 53 seconds to go. They didn't look too well because he couldn't get up on his own power. His teammates had to help him up. They had to put him in a wheelchair. Anytime you get injured by yourself, that's the worst injury. I hope it's nothing too severe, but to me, it's more looking like probably might be an ACL type injury that might can hold him out, might force him into retirement just because the older you get, it takes a long time for them bones to heal. I hope Tony Parker's okay. You never want to see a guy like that go down because you're going to see good and great competitive basketball. So get well, Tony Parker. Jonathan Simmons came off the bench. That was a huge factor right there. He came off the bench with 14 points, and you would take that any day. 36 points from the bench was contribute to the win. I circle this one right here. The San Antonio Spurs out rebounded the Houston Rockets 47-32. You're just not gonna win like that. And before I go, people, uh, like I said, I like to keep up these stats. Kawhi Leonard was the first San Antonio Spurs player since 1983. Johnny Moore scoring 39 points, 12 assists, and 8 rebounds in the game in the playoffs. And Kawhi Leonard had his, like I said, he had his 34 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds. So he joined some elite company in Spurs history. For the rest of the world out there, you know who I am. If you don't know who I am, subscribe to the YouTube channel. What y'all sitting back for? Go ahead, check me out at TAE_WIGGS. That's my Twitter page, and at my YouTube is still the same. TAE_WIGGS. That's Tay Wiz. For all my subscribers out there, I got 19 subscribers. Hey, if you're watching, I appreciate you guys for tuning in, taking out the time of your day to watch me. So I'm giving thanks back to you guys. I appreciate you guys. I'm just humbly blessed, and I'm doing something that I like. So, y'all guys have a nice day. And I should see y'all again tomorrow morning. Peace.